Hey everybody, Camazo's out here at my workbench. A bit messy today, but what I'm doing today is giving you a quick little review, in my opinion, of the CMMG 22 bolt conversion kit for your AR-15s. I prefer to use the conversion kit as compared to getting a dedicated 22 upper. For me, basically, this will go in any of my 5.56 AR-15s, and I can train with each one with just using the 22 rounds instead of 5.56 rounds, which are pretty much impossible to come by, as are pretty much 22 rounds right now. But you know, I have I'd say well over 1,000 rounds to this thing so far. It's held up rather well. It's a very simple design. This here fits into the chamber of your rifle in the shape of a 5.56 round, and right there is where the little 22 comes out. Now, as we can, it's a little dirty right now. Needs a good cleaning because I was out shooting with it the other day. Right there you can get a good shot of the feed ramp for the 22 to go in. Okay. Now the one difference between this and the using this as compared to the 22 upper is the gas system is still active. So you're getting a lot of, as you can see, gritty 22 powder remnants shot back into your bolt. So you got to keep it clean, pure and simple. And my next step is basically just a quick little clean job. Okay, first thing I like to do is give it a nice little wipe down, get any of the excess carbon I can get off from just a quick wipe down. And with this frog lube, it comes off pretty easy, which is what I've been using. Alright, breakdown, very simple. Pull, bolt back, push these apart here, and this takes out the chamber adapter. Like so. And watch that spring. Because it will shoot your bolt apart if you're not paying attention. Okay, first thing I like to do is give it a nice little wipe down, get any of the excess carbon I can get off from just a quick wipe down. And with this frog lube, it comes off pretty easy, which is what I've been using. Alright, breakdown, very simple. Pull, bolt back, push these apart here, and this takes out the chamber adapter. Like so. And watch that spring. Because it will shoot your bolt apart if you're not paying attention. Alright, we've got the spring back. Firing pin takeout, just like with an AR-15. Pull the firing pin, retaining pin out. Now comes the little firing pin. Okay. that is a quick disassembly of the CMMG 22 conversion bolt. Very simple. Cleaning purposes, today I'm just giving it a quick little wipe down. Nothing too fancy. Normally I would throw it into my ultrasonic cleaner I have here, just out of camera range. Brookstone Classic jewelry cleaner. Works just fine for cleaning bolts and gun parts. Really gets the crud out of it really well, I have found. And a lot cheaper than going out and buying one of those fancy ones for out of a gun catalog. Okay. Reassembly is quite simple. Pull frog lube. Lube up your firing pin. Has a little notch in it right there, which you have to line up properly. Once it's lined up, there is a little spring in here. You can tell. Slide it back in. Make sure it's in place. Everything's good. This is the spring guide rod. Make sure it's all nice and lubed up. There we go. Now, this particular part here, they make two different types. This is the one that fits inside your AR-15 barrel, and then they have another one which is basically just a brown adapter which slides onto the 22 barrels. I didn't have much luck with that particular one. Didn't like it. It jammed a lot. There were some, you can read the reviews on like Midway USA in regards to it. Jamming up, not feeding right. I don't know if they had some quality control issues with the feed ramps on their barrels, but I bought one. I wanted to go with the dedicated 22 upper, but the just have a cleaner bolt and keep the crap out of the operating system. But it just didn't work right. I think I got 20 rounds through it, and just stopped feeding properly. Okay, bolts back in the guide. Put the adapter back on. Make sure the feed ramp's pointing down. This is all, make sure you got it all lined up properly in the right slots. Like so. Alright. Pulls back together. A little frog lube. Now this does not feed back into the buffer tube. Okay. In fact, you don't even need to have a buffer tube or buffer or a spring on it at all. It's all self-contained within itself. Okay, now to put it back in the gun. Alright, reinsertion of the gun's very simple. Remove the back pin, pull the charging handle out a little bit, and it just slips right in. Okay, close it up. Now, the charging handle only goes back about no more than 3 inches. Okay. Let's see, do I have a... Don't have an empty magazine on with me. Hold on one second. Okay. Dedicated 22 magazine. This is a Black Dog. Works great. Now the bolt will only lock back on the last round. There. Okay. When you go to release your magazine and take it out, the bolt goes forward. They make a kit which you can add to your gun, which will make it function, you know, exactly like an AR15, which will hold the bolt back here on the last shot, so you can use your exact features like you use when you're using your AR15s. You know, everything's the same. Bolt, you know, slap in a new mag, boom, drop your bolt release, the bolt comes home, all that stuff. But I'm too cheap to buy that. Don't pay attention to the zombie hunter. It's, you know, don't really believe in zombies. Okay, it's just they had them on clearance on Amazon for like $4. So apparently they were some kind of defect with the gun. All right, so let's take it out and shoot it. Double check, make sure it's not loaded. Safety on. Close the dust cover. And we're going to take it out to the 22 walk at my club and have some fun. Rock and roll a little bit. Alright, I'm heading out to the 22 wood walk at my club. You may notice I have my safety orange hat on. It's May in New York State. And May means spring turkey season. And my shirt's red. Probably not the best choice because they tell you don't wear red. But I don't think there's any hunters out today on our property, but you know, just in case. Always, you know, when in an active hunting area, make sure you have some kind of orange on so they can see you. Okay, coming up to the first set of 3 targets. Mosquitoes are bugs aplenty today. Now the challenge will be the varying distances with my red dot sight, which is set at 11 yards. So, okay, right up here is first position, first 3 targets. All right. First target, little squirrel spinner, green, way up there is a turkey. So let's set up and see how well we can do. Yeah, he's just laying on the ground. The turkey's on the ground. I guess they took him down. But, those little 22 targets out there. Well, pretty hard to hit sometimes for me. Not the best shot in the world when it comes to long distance, but we're working on it. And the fact that I'm using a 5.56 barrel. And this one I believe is a 1 in 8 twist, whereas your normal 22, like a Ruger 1022, is 1 in 16, I believe. So the twist rate is a little more for these 22 rounds, and that doesn't really help much with the accuracy. You know, 11 yards, you know, we can hit quarter. As you see on the film here, this is at 75 yards. And I mean, we're hitting the size of a small dinner plate, but you know, farther away you get, the less accurate you get with this particular configuration. Before hunting season starts, I hope to either try the 22 barrel again, or let's top this one off, or get a Ruger 1022. And as much as I like that Troy Industries system they have for the 1022, I don't think I'll be spending that much money. Ooh, a little too close there, huh? Nobody wants to see me that close. Okay, you're only supposed to put one round on target, but I don't have time to walk this circuit a couple times, so I'll just plink away at them, enjoy myself, because that's what that's what this is really about. Coming out, do a little shooting, enjoying yourself. Alright, 10 for 10. As you can see, bolt locks open. Alright, now in the range, they want to make sure your bolt's open. So, gun's unloaded, bolt's open, you can see in there as I walk to the next target. Alright, loading up again. Gauge is there. Gauge is squirrel. Got him. There we go. Safety on. Whew. Took me 2 shots to get that squirrel. Ornery little fella. Okay. Next up is another set of 5. So I just used 4 rounds. And this ones are, oh yeah, little diamonds, tiny little targets. Once again, let's see. Oh wait, no, these are the boars, the little piggies. I will engage the orange. Ooh. Yep, missed that last one. I didn't miss him that time. All right. So much for the pigs. What do we have there? A misfire. Ooh, had a misfire there. The one of the 22 rounds didn't look like the hammer struck it at all. I am using JP Enterprises yellow lightweight springs, and sometimes I think it's just not enough to when it hits a 22, not enough to set it off. So, you know, that happens on occasion. But it fed fine, just didn't shoot fine. That could either be the weaker springs, or that can be the 22 round itself. All right, now we got bowling pins. Let's kill some white bowling pins, shall we? A really good job. Well, I got 2 out of the 5. All right. My aim was poor, very poor. Okay, I'm starting to run low on 22. So this time I'm just going to shoot 1 round to target. So, let's see. There we go. Start with a little bird. Miss. Bowling pin. Hit. Now you'll know if I hit that gong, because it goes gong. All right, 3 shots, 2 hits, 1 misses. Okay, we're at 13, 14, and 15. I am just going to shoot that gong up there on the hill. It's about, I'd say 40 yards. Of course, with my eyesight, my sight judgment, my distance is not the greatest for judging. All right, 3 for 3. That target is roughly center mass for a human. So, you know, even as inaccurate as this barrel is, you can still hit center mass at that distance. Pull back so you can see. You know, 22, you know, some people say it doesn't make a good self-defense round because it's low mass, not a lot of energy to it. but you know, if you can quickly put 10 rounds center mass into somebody, you know, I guarantee you well, I won't guarantee it, but most likely they're not going to be getting up in any shape to do any damage to you. All right, now we have the 4 and 1. These are the 4 knockdowns with the pop-up, and never very good at this one. We'll see how well we do today. All right, 5 rounds, 4 on the bottom, 1 on the top. This trail here is part of the horse trail system that a lot of the stables around here use, but they know on Sundays, well, they've been told Sundays and Thursdays pretty much off limits because we're shooting all summer this year. Okay, let's see how many we can get. There's 1. Whew, glasses are fogging up, it's so humid. Two. Oh, miss. 3, and knock them down. Missed. Well, 3 for 5. Let's roughly a 2-inch. Three shots, 3 targets. Let's see how well we can get that little crow. Where are you, little crow? There you are. Got him. All right, next target's that bell. Hit. Not bad. All right. Let's go up the hill to the tank. Now I am using a Bushnell's red dot sight with a sight mark 3x multiplier on it. And with this gun, it's a bit of a bear because the the adjustable stock, when I pinned it, because I live in New York State and you have to pin these things, is a little too long. So it puts me about 1 inch too far away. On my other lower, it works a lot better, and it gets it right in there. On this one, I really have to hunch up to hit the target. So you can see it here. Also, it's a little close in there. I'm liking it so far. You know, the only problem I really have with it, wiggles and the eye relief. So I need this stock here. It needs to be right about there. But I've got it pinned for my comfort, for my length of pull for my hand. Now the other gun that I sometimes put it on is my primary, with the imitation Vieltor stock, and the ooh, that crow's just about had it. He pretty much has a hole blown right through him. But my other gun that it normally sits on, my home defense gun, my 300 Blackout, the stock set a little bit closer to the gun, just because, you know, I use it inside the house. I would use it inside the house if I had to. And so it works a lot better on that. Alright, this bell. See how well this bell's been holding up to 22 fire. Wow. It, you know, a couple glancing shots over here. No punch throughs yet. I think you give it enough time though. Some people will be punching through that bell. And way up there on the hill, where I'm not going, that orange tank. Well, that pretty much does it for the woods walk today. And my CMMG bolt conversion kit. Worked pretty much flawlessly. Did have the one fire problem out of close to I don't know, good 75 rounds. I guess I could go back and count them, but I think that's how many I brought, if not more. Just the one misfire, and I believe that was due to the spring, the hammer spring, and the trigger spring in this particular gun. It has a JP lightweight trigger and hammer spring in it, the yellow ones, and you know, when it comes to trigger pull, nice, steady, crisp. Like it. Did the trigger job myself, but sometimes with the 22s, the hammer just doesn't do it. You know, not enough oomph to it. So, otherwise though, a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun, and I'm gonna head home and get out of this wet. CMMG 22 conversion kit for your AR15, well worth the money. For what it is and what it does, it's perfect. Okay? It's a simple bolt swap out. I take out my AR15 bolt, I add in my 22 conversion bolt, and I'm shooting 22s with a 22 magazine. Okay? You know, it's basically two guns in one. AR15, shooting 5.56 NATO, or for training purposes, shooting 22 ammunition. Okay, they make a kit where you add it into your lower, so it'll basically make it function exactly like your AR15 does. All right, I don't have that kit. I didn't want to spend the money for it, and you know, hopefully at some point I will spend the money for it. So then my training will be a lot more accurate. So when I drop the bolt, excuse me, when I drop the magazine, slap in another one, I then engage my bolt release and it will release my bolt. Alright, I don't have that in this gun right now, mainly because, you know, I use this bolt in all three of my AR-15s that are in that are chambered in 5.56. Okay. And it would just be, you know, once you put it in, you have to take it out to convert back over. And for me, you know, it's really just not worth it. You know, slap in a magazine, hit the charging handle, ready to go. Now, as it's also, I think it's a much more cost-effective solution than going out and getting a dedicated 22, like an M&P, you know, the M&P 22 by Smith & Wesson. You know, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to set up a completely separate gun that all it does is shoot 22 ammunition with a 22 barrel and all that? Yes, it's lighter, and you know, but I mean, if your whole purpose is to train with it, train with what you already have. You know, train with your, you know, your full size, full weight, full everything AR-15 that you normally use, but instead of that 5.56 ammo or that 223 ammo, you're training with 22 ammo. Okay, you know, I think that is a much better philosophy of use than going out and just getting basically a 22 version of a AR-15. You know, you need to get used to the weight. All right, lugging around and training with a lightweight 22 version of this gun is not the same as lugging around the full weight version of an AR-15. Okay. And yes, I understand that the weight's going to be a little different because you're shooting 22 ammunition. It doesn't weigh as much, but that's infinitesimal. That's, you know, not even a pound difference, not even 6 ounce difference. All right. So, CMMG's 22 conversion for the AR-15. Thumbs up from me. All right. Talk to you guys later. Camazo's out.